So a little bit about that. Every month I tune into the collective energy, what's been swirling for all of us, and I translate that into themes. So different ways that we can connect in with the current energy and empower ourselves to make change, to create what our soul came here to create, because that's my whole thing. So welcome in to October. I'm looking out my window right now and I can see spring blossoms, I can see birds building their little nests, and it definitely feels like a refreshed kind of energy in October. I know September I spoke about that a little bit and I did feel that, but I could still feel a lot of stuff shifting in September as well. But October, we're looking at the 3 energy themes today. One is around growing your roots. So you've just been through a season of really deepening into who you are, what you do best, really deepening into strength to carry out your mission in a whole new frequency, in a whole new way. So deepening your roots is what we're going to be speaking about today. Also stabilising your new frequency. So a lot has shifted, so many timelines have shifted over the last few months, and October brings with it a stabilised frequency. So you are able to really stabilise what you have clicked into, what you have locked in, what you've shifted into, which is so exciting. The last thing I want to speak about in this broadcast is around the timeline convergence that is just starting to take place now. So yeah, I'll get into all of these in a bit more detail. So let's start off with growing roots. Now, we all go through seasons in our soul work, in our business, in our soul purpose, in our mission, where we have these seasons of strengthening ourselves, seasons where we are really growing roots in order to support the harvest, in order to support the abundance that is on its way. And this really ties into all of the themes for today. But I want to give you this perspective because so often when we are, intentionally creating our reality, when we are in this dance of co-creation, we tap into our desire, we feel it is done, we start to move in the direction of that, and what often happens is we start to experience the complete opposite of that in our reality. And if you are coming at that experience from an ego perspective, you may be experiencing things like, oh my God, this was the wrong decision. Now I feel doubt around what I'm here to receive. Maybe I can't do this. There's so much limitation that can come up. And if you're experiencing that, or you have, then that's okay. That it's part of our human conditioning. But I also want to share with you that this is part of that strengthening process, that we are often given these opportunities to explore frequencies and creations and experiences that are what we are here to support others through and others with. This gives us that strength of an embodied connection to that experience. And so when you come to teach on it, when you come to activate people around it or bring it through with your healing modalities, you have the experience of it in your field. You have embodied it. And so that your teaching and your mastery comes through at a much more refined level. It's not just that you know how to move through this experience and you've thought about it, and this possibly could be how somebody might move through something. You have lived it, you have experienced it, it's in your field. And so when you come to teach and share and activate and bring your mission to the world, you have that lived experience. And it can often come through as a challenge. It can come through as something that's deeply triggering for us. And that's okay, because it's a signal that says things are changing, things are rearranging. You are being prepared to hold this desire, to hold this mission that you're here to deliver. So there has been very much a season of growing your roots. And often in that growing of the roots season, there's nothing much that's happening on the surface. So in our external reality, we can't see so much change happening because it's all in the unseen realm. It's all happening in the field of the unseen. And sometimes, again, if we are moving from the ego perspective, we can go, I can't see anything changing. Like, oh my God, maybe I need to readjust my vibration, or maybe I need to hold a higher frequency, or maybe I have to perfect this to the nth degree. And that's not what living your highest light is about. You don't need to hold a perfect vibrational signature in every moment. In fact, you're not meant to. You are divine human. And so you will have these human experiences all the time. You will have contrast come up. You will have fear. You will have anger. You will have all the full spectrum of emotion. And that's because you are meant to. But what will happen is this growth and this season of being prepared is happening in the unseen realm. And the more that you can just rest into that, knowing that you are creating this foundation to receive what it is that you are here to create, what it is that you truly desire, you can soften into it a little bit more, and it becomes less of a real contrasting, jarring experience, and more of a, okay, I'm safe, I'm held by the divine, I know what's happening here, I know there is so much happening in the unseen that I am not aware of in my physical reality yet, but my soul knows it, my soul senses it, and that's all the confirmation that I need. So, growing of the roots is the first one. So, stabilising your new frequency is what I want to speak to next. Now, this passage we've just moved through in August, September, there's been a lot of oscillation, a lot of one foot in the new, 1 foot in the old. But we're at a place now where that has been completed, that contrasting kind of experience. And so now what you will feel in your field is that you are stabilizing a new frequency. It's easier to hold that new frequency. It's become more of your baseline, more of your set point, which really trickles out into so many different aspects. It trickles out into the choices that you make, trickles out into how you choose to feel and what you're choosing to create in every moment of your life. Stabilizing your frequency is massive. It's massive. It is how co-creation actually works, is that we choose our frequency, we choose our creation, and we stabilize it. And like I said, we don't need to be perfect and rigid with this. Sometimes there's that human desire to achieve and to be perfect at something, and we get rigid around, I have to hold this frequency in every single moment, but all that does is it creates resistance in our field, and when we drop out of it, we seem to spiral even more because we're trying to effort our way back into that energy. And it doesn't need to be like that. So there are lots of different ways that we can help ourselves, support ourselves to stabilize our new frequency. And one way in particular would be to set your focus at the start of the day, your frequency focus. And I'm actually bringing into my membership this month in October, which I'll speak a little bit more about in a moment, my personal luminous practice. So my practice to illuminate my field, activate my field, and actually focus my frequency in a way that sets me up for the entire day. And the first day I did this, I had a 2K day, so $2,000 day, just by setting my vibration in the way that I wanted it to be set for the day. And this is your power. Okay, so more details on that in my membership soon. Your frequency focus is everything. Now, often as humans in this physical experience, we are allowing what's happening around us, our senses, what our senses are taking in, what's happening external to us, we allow that to dictate our frequency. And what happens is we look around us for change or for something new and different, and then we see the same things, we see maybe the same patterns playing out, and we start to doubt our power, we start to doubt our focus. But what's actually happening is that you have allowed the external to train your vibration instead of you setting the tone, you choosing what you want to experience and how you want to feel, and letting that be the set point. When we do this first thing in the morning, and this is a practice that takes time, but you can weave it into your everyday life. I mean, I'm still co-sleeping with our 10-month-old at the moment, so I don't have much time to sit in a full practice for this. As soon as we wake up, it's getting lunches ready, getting our older girl off to kindy, and the day just goes. But what I do is, as soon as I wake up in the morning, I am tuning my frequency. I am running through my mind exactly how I want to experience my day, what I want to experience, and then I'm finding that frequency set point, and I'm letting that be my focus throughout the day. So whenever I drop out of it, I can find it again because I've set it already. I set it at the start of the day. So that is one way that you can start to stabilize this new frequency that you've found yourself in. And the last one I want to speak to is quite exciting. This is a timeline convergence. So I was channeling Source, and I got a message that throughout this passage we've just been through, there's been a mass awakening. So another wave of souls have awakened through this time. And that means that there are millions and millions of soul contracts about to commence. Soul contracts are what we have chosen to bring into this lifetime, and they are connections we've made prior to entering into this incarnation. So prior to coming down into our physical, beautiful human bodies, we have been connected, we have been unified as one, and we have chosen to bring certain gifts, to create certain things in this reality. And that is a contract that many souls have agreed to. So you bring your light, I feel that resonance, and we co-create together. And so when you are in the fullness of your light, you are expressing authentically what you came here to express. That is your most powerful signature, and that is where the soul contracts come into your field really easily, because people can feel you. It's when we layer up these masks and we try to create things that we think people might want, or we create things that we think might sell. That's when our signature gets a bit diluted, our energy signature gets diluted, because we are moving from the mind. We're moving from what we think we should be doing, as opposed to letting creation move through us and moving from our highest excitement and our highest joy, and actually just creating what our soul came here to create, which is, the whole foundation of my work and what I do here in the world. So get excited. There are a whole lot of new people awakening, a new timeline convergence, and new soul contracts coming into place, like clicking into place, people finding you, people joining into your programs, people feeling your resonance because you are shining so brightly, you are holding your new energy set point. Which is incredibly exciting. And so this month within Luminous, my multidimensional membership, where we work with the light technology of soul activation symbols, my soul modality, this month the focus is around wealth. It's around our divine wealth, and what I channel through is a divine wealth DNA activation symbol. And it is powerful. I've been working with it in my own practice, because I always embody everything that I teach. I bring it all through first, and I work with the symbol and the energy first, so that I can really get into the frequency of it and deliver that transmission, that translation into my membership in a clear and precise way, and so that those women can really feel that activation as well. But the Divine Wealth DNA activation symbol is brought forth this month because there has been a huge shift in the elevation of money consciousness. This actually came through to me a few months ago, that humanity we are interacting with money, with wealth, with overflow, with abundance in a different way. We're no longer really tying ourselves to and binding ourselves to those old ways of having to force ourselves to work hard to make money. There is a whole new realm of creation happening around money flow, where your money flows to you in the most easeful and effortless ways, where people that are in my field at the moment and the circles that I move in are creating wealth, financial overflow in the most peaceful, grounded ways, and it's just moving through them. And this is what this DNA activation symbol is here for. It is here to bring you back to the truth of your divine wealth, which really is just the wealth of your own light. But when we hold that and we feel that, we channel that through, it comes through as physical manifestation. It can come through as physical manifestation in the terms of money and resources and connections and collaborations in our physical reality. So if you desire to come and be part of that immersion here in October, then I would warmly welcome you to come and join Luminous. But I hope that October is feeling a bit fresher for you, a bit lighter. I know my friends in the Northern Hemisphere are moving into autumn, so it's more of like a kind of winding down type of energy, more of like a turning inward before the winter time comes, which is so beautiful and nourishing. And here in the Southern Hemisphere, we're moving into spring, so it's getting lighter, it's getting warmer. There's more energy available for us to create with. So thank you so much for tuning in, and have a beautiful month. See you later.